New York City. She has performed at QED. She has performed in theaters all over New York City and shared her life, her spirit, her soul with us, because her stories, to me, are like movies. They take me in. She is a one-woman theater. Please welcome the amazing Sherry Rose. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wow, what a night. Whew. Didn't expect this, but that's what makes it so magical. So I'm a book publicist, and I've been a book publicist for over 20 years. I wanted to go into my own business because I saw in other businesses the way people treated each other, which was really bad news. So I decided to start my own publicity firm. And of course the buck stops here. And so this was in early 2000. And one day, in my mailbox, I get a book, and it's called Wisdom Man. It's about an Aboriginal elder called Banjo Clarke. And it was written by this author called Camilla Chance. I don't know anything, but something compels me to immediately go upstairs and open the book and start reading it. 2 days later, I was finished. I reached out to the author because she had her email in the book, and I said, what can I do? The book is about Indigenous people, Aboriginals. I wanted to work with her to help her educate the United States, because there's so little we know about other cultures, even though so many come to our country. So anyway, we started working together, and I can't even believe this as I tell you this now. We worked together for 17 years. We did not meet until after working 14 years together, which is amazing. When I look back and I see the distrust, the dishonesty, the disrespect that's going on now, I just cherish this client and the clients that I've had, because there was just such genuine friendship, honest respect for each other, and keeping your word. And can you imagine working with somebody like that? We've never met. She was halfway around the world in Australia, and here I am in New York City. So, and her book went to #1 in Australia. They did all sorts of documentaries. People used to come to Banjo. They had a friendship that they met in the Bahai faith. They were friends for about 25 years. And he asked Camilla, I want you to record all our conversations, and I want you to write a book about me and what our people have gone through. She did all that, and he died 2 months before the book came out. And so I began working with her, and then one thing led to another, and then all of a sudden Oprah was having a big show at Radio City, and it was free. It was done through lottery. So both Camilla and I said, because she always wanted me to connect her to Oprah. That was her dream. So we both sent away for the lottery, and I won. And where was it? At Radio City. Now, if you guys have ever been, Radio City is gorgeous, but it seats 6,000 people. And we got these great seats, orchestra seats, but the orchestra would be so far away from the stage. And that's the first time I met Camilla. It's 14 years later, we meet each other. And there was this coiffed, I guess, coiffed, brown hair, just done so, very pretty face, and she wore these really gauzy dresses with flowers and frilliness, and very, very feminine. And so anyway, we went to Radio City, and we had great seats, but we were far away. And it was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and Oprah's ready to shut down everything. And she ain't going too well. She's got these high heels. She just goes down the stairs, goes around the stage, and then goes up. And then out of the corner of my ear, I hear Camilla saying, I flew 26 hours to get here. You gotta call on me, Oprah. I went, oh shit, she ain't gonna hear that. No way. So I gathered the troops around us. They kind of knew the deal, what was going on. And I said at the count of 5, let's all yell out, she flew 26 hours to get here. You gotta call her down. And guess what? We did it. And there was complete silence. And then Oprah says, get that microphone to that woman that flew 26 hours to get here. Holy crap. More silence. They give Camilla the microphone. She's completely paralyzed. She doesn't say one word. Now here I am. I gotta make a decision quick. Do I open my mouth to protect her? Or do I just keep my mouth shut? Now I know this woman through the phone, through internet, through healing sessions, through a lot of shit. And I know how sensitive she is. And if I open my mouth, I know she's going to get mad at me. Even though she's being totally humiliated. And I'm feeling this like crazy. And this is all happening in like 1 minute. And I decide not to say a word. And then it's over. It's just over as fast as it's begun. And a lot of people didn't know what happened. So people were coming over to her, congratulating her that Oprah spoke to her, blah, blah, blah. And I'm taking her out for dinner at her hotel. And I apologized to her, and I just said, I am so sorry. And I guess we need to work on this. We really need to work on this so this doesn't happen again. And then the integrity of this woman. I mean, I was really lucky to have her as a client for 17 years. She was lucky to have me as a book publicist too, because we were friends too. So anyway, we're having dinner, and she says to me, many years ago, I said to you, if you connect me with Oprah, I will give you anything you want. What do you want? Without missing a beat, I said a fully expensed round trip to Australia from New York with myself and my assistant Amy. And she said, okay. Holy shit. But then there's more. Amy happens to be fat. And I'm big. And I go to Camilla, I'm gonna ask you this. You know, Amy's fat, and I'm a big woman. Flying 20 hours or 26 hours in coach? Oi, please? Can we go business class? And she says, And I tell Amy, and Amy just cries. And it was just an amazing trip. And I told her that she has worked for years on behalf of the Aboriginal people. So I told her I wanted to meet Aboriginals when we visited her. She lives in this place called Byron Bay. It's like paradise. And she brought down a couple from Victoria who were Aborigine. And we hung out with them. And every once in a while, we'd be with them having fun, and the next thing, they disappeared. Where the fuck did they go? And I said to Camilla, where are they? She said, this has to do when years ago, they took Aboriginal children that passed for white, and they would kidnap them, and they would put them in white families and totally destroy the family situation. Some of them, I was with a young girl that didn't even know she was an Aborigine until she was 24 years old, and Banjo Clarke was the one that told her. And it totally fucked up her life. Her identity was messed up. Somehow, Camilla and a lot of other people helped her work through this. But when I went to say goodbye to the Aboriginal couple, I got hysterical, sobbing. I just cried and cried. And I looked at them and I said, you are my soul brother and sister. Because you see, it doesn't make any difference who you are, what color you are, how much money you have. When you connect on a soul level, that is a special gift. And I will never forget her. She passed on 3 years ago, but she's always with me. I love her so much. And I'm so blessed to be able to tell this story and share with you about working with this amazing human being for 17 years. How blessed is that? Thank you.